So being born and raised in Uptown, being a protege of the music industry, hearing your mother sing, watching your older sister, your older sister pursue her R&B career, like, tell me about that experience.
Honestly, like, it was so natural for me, like, to be around, like, the music, and it was like I've just always been musically inclined. So as far as like even when it comes down to like making melody, I was a studio baby. Like, I always used to be in a studio all the time, touching on stuff I ain't supposed to be touching on, and you know, just being around and hearing and listening to that stuff. So it was just like, that was like a second nature to me as far as like any music that I did. That's why.
And this was in elementary. You said this started in elementary?
Elementary, I was in programs where I did
the performing arts, right?
Performing arts, and like I would do choreography, dancing.
Yeah, I see, acting, singing, and dancing.
All types
early
of
in the game.
Yeah, but I never really, honestly, I never took it serious because I always watched my older sister take it serious in the beginning, and it's like, you know, I just was like, oh, you know, when you a kid, you don't want to be in no studio, you want to go play and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter that me just staying in there and just like grasping so much that I didn't even know, like I was learning stuff that I didn't even know that it would help me in the future. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't think I was going to do music, to be honest. I was around it so much. I'm like, I didn't know what the heck I was going to do.
And you did a great job.
And then I just started doing it. The story behind that is even crazy because it was kind of like a joke how I started rapping, honestly.
A joke?
A joke.
I was like playing around, like, because it says, you know, when you was young, like 14 in high school. Well,
in high school.
They gave you your name.
Yeah, so I got my little K-Dub name from my friends in high school or whatever the case may be. And then from that point, I don't know, like I just always was around the music. In my head, I kind of wanted to like pursue it professionally, but I just never really like pushed that far to like make sure I did that right away. Because I went to college, and you know, you get into college, you start thinking about your you know, what you going to major in and stuff like that. So I didn't ever think like, oh, I'm going to be doing music. Because I actually went to school for psychological and social science.
Yeah, I see you went to Parkway. My dad went to Parkway.
I went to Parkway, Northwest High School. I graduated there. Then I went to Penn State straight from there.
That's a school for the smarts, right? That's what my mom said. That's where my dad went, yo. God rest his soul. That's where he went.
Exactly. So, yeah, like I didn't really, honestly, like when I really didn't start taking music seriously until about 21, 22. But before that, I just always was around it, musically inclined. I used to write for my sister. I used to write.
Yeah, I see that.
I used to write for her. And they were like, yo, why don't you just do stuff? You know, like in my head, since I was always around R&B, it was like, oh, I can't sing. I never really thought I could sing. Even though I can, I just didn't, in my head, like, you know, mentally we train ourselves to believe what everyone believes. I didn't believe that I could sing. So I just never tried to,
Even when you hear it?
No, because nobody would like, you know, you don't have that, I don't know, like, you don't have people like, yo, you can sing, you're good, you know? So I didn't think that, you know? So it was just like a thing where music wasn't even in my curriculum in the beginning.
You say shortly after you entered the game, you was robbed and shot in the face. Whoa.
Yeah.
You feel like talking about that?
We can talk about it. I'm in therapy now for that shit. So like you see, I was dealing with so much stuff. I was just like kind of like, I don't know, like not exposing what I really been going through. So it was like I created that K-Dub persona as like a cover up, so nobody would see what I was really going through. You know what I'm saying? So I might look good on the outside, but I was struggling in that.
And we all go through that. People be hiding a lot of stuff that come out later on. Like, see, people don't know I had anxiety for years. Exactly. I didn't know that I had it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Keep overthinking and shit. Oh, nobody's gonna like this, or if I do that, like what? I'm gonna be honest, fuck it. Like my car got a little thing with the sensor. I just changed it and it's still hesitating and doing dumb stuff. And I get skeptical when I got my son with me because I want to be able to get him where he gotta go.
Exactly.
And it's acting stupid, so my anxiety gets to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trusting the process, like always.
Exactly.
And it's taking me through.
Exactly. And a lot of things, this is why I said, like, I'm gonna start talking about like trauma and depression and PTSD, because we're not taught how to deal with that stuff in our communities. They want us to be like that.
The so-called specialists, they don't know. The people that live with them know how to deal with it.
Exactly.
It's not the specialist. That's why I just told you. This is God.
Yep.
The park that I just took my son to before we met up, it was a lady playing with her son, and you could tell by the way he was playing. I was just like, oh, excuse me, because my son walked past him and everything. She was like, oh, he's autistic too. It was meant for me to meet this woman because she gave me so much
many
intel.
details.
And he's only a year older than him.
Exactly. That's a good thing.
It's better to learn from parents
People
than
that
it is
know.
from a specialist.
Exactly.
Y'all better take notes on that.
Exactly. You got to learn to deal with things. You got to go through the process. That's what I was doing. I was so busy trying to, all right, brush stuff under the rug. Let me, I wasn't getting through it. And the only way to get through things is to actually go through the process and like understand and learn what you're going through. Know your body, know your everything. Even in like whatever you do, your industry.
Thank you. There's different
life,
categories.
All types of stuff.
That's
like
why I tell
everything
people they
works
life flows just like a car fucking engine does, man. It needs
Exactly.
fixing. It needs like the
Exactly.
same shit. You just gotta put in different categories. When you understand that, you ain't gonna understand the world, but your impulse will be different. How you take things.
It's
When
like,
you get to think about it and then you make it, it'll be easier if you understand what's going on.
Right.
When you fucking listening to what everybody else saying, that
exactly.
shit not gonna work.
And then like a lot of people, like I start looking at things like life is like basically a part of the like how the industry is. Life is like a game kind of like thing. So it's like you gotta kind of like, I don't know, like I always used to live off of survival. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, most people in our culture and shit is living on fucking survival. They're not actually living.
Today.
Or yeah, for today and stuff like that. And like even when you say like plan for the future, what does plan for the future really mean? Because if
or that same dumb, well, it ain't dumb. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
exactly,
That question
like
really
how can
fucks
we
my
see
head
ourselves
up.
in 5 years?
We don't really know. We're not
know.
controlling it, so we can say it and speak it into existence.
don't
But
control-
some things we speak into existence
Exactly.
is not good.
Exactly. And that's what a lot of people think, like, oh, you're going to get X, Y, and Z place and X, Y, and Z. But if you don't put that time and effort, if you don't put that time and effort to kind of like get where you're going and mentally train yourself, because your mental is everything. And a lot of people don't even understand that. I didn't understand that for years. Even when I got into the industry is a hard place to be because you have to have the mentality to understand what's going on and know how to deal with it. Because they will eat you up,
Yeah.
they will chew you up, they will tear you down, they will fucking make you seem like you ain't shit.
It's
Like,
not about talent anymore.
It's not about talent.
It's about if you look that way and then they'll make the songs for you, or if you got the songs, then they're gonna try to change your look.
Exactly.
And I ain't been in the industry, but I fucking pay attention.
And see, like,
And
with
some
me,
of us already have knowledge.
right? And see, like with like how I look, like back then, a little bit, like when I first started, they wasn't really dealing with like girls that look like this. So like I struggled trying to be like this girly but tomboy girl, and this, it was just like, and it didn't even match what I wanted to do for my music. So
Right.
it was like me just trying to like figure out like, all right, yo, am I going to be like this hardcore rapper because that's what they want, the uptown niggas and the street niggas, that's what they want, or I'm going to be me and do like I said, I was raised off of R&B. Even like on my dad's side, like my uncle, he got the I don't know if you heard the "Ain't No Stopping Us Now" song, like So
What?
yes, like yeah, like yeah.
And see, people probably they just know you about rapping and everything.
They know
but
me
you
about
actually
rapping.
studied
But I studied
psychological and social science.
Psychological and social
And this
sciences.
is something that you deal with yourself.
Exactly. So like, I'm studying it to understand myself. You know what I'm saying? I only study things that I know that I can actually grasp or that I am interested in. Because a lot of people, they'll go for shit and don't really know what they're doing. But like, see, with me, I know my mental is everything. It took me some time to kind of get where I'm going with my mental and my mentality and how I'm thinking and stuff like that. Because as you said, like, we manifest our own lives. So if you basically train yourself to learn the shit that you need to learn to succeed, like, you're going to be good no matter how long it takes. Like, I still sometimes go backtrack because I suffer with anxiety, depression, PTSD, all types of things that I wasn't taught how to deal with, and I avoided them for years.
And the older we get, the more experience we get with being on this earth, we start to notice things about ourselves.
And I noticed I noticed even in the music industry, I was on autopilot. I was just doing stuff. You know what I mean? Like, this K-Dub person, like, people that probably know me from the industry, they don't know who I am. They don't know nothing I suffered with. They don't know none of that stuff. They just know, oh, she do good music. But then it's like when I but when I stopped doing music, because I never, you fall off because of what you do. Like, if you choose to stop, that's on you. So I chose to stop because I didn't know how to handle it no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like people, they don't even check on you to see like, yo, are you good? Like, what's up with you? You know, they just looking at, oh, you ain't trying to take it serious. Da, 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 da. But it's just like
They thinking about one aspect of your life.
Exactly. So y'all don't even like, y'all don't even know
what
who I
else
am.
do KB do? Like,
That's
do
the
you
thing.
cook?
I was a
Like,
full-time
anything?
mother. I was a full-time
Oh, wait, no, yeah,
mother.
that came in when you was in school, right?
Yes. I'm saying when I entered
Did
the
you-
industry, I was a full-time mother. I was a full-time social worker. I don't even know if y'all know how social work go. Every day.
I've heard some things.
Every day, I'm dealing with everybody else's problems. 16, 15, 20 clients on my caseloads, going to court. You know, getting yelled at for shit that I ain't got nothing to do with. Like, I got my own life, you know, to deal with. Like, a lot of that stuff is a factor in you know, like, life changes and life decisions that I made. But nobody usually check. Like, nobody that really say they fuck with you don't even really check on you to see
And it's
how
crazy
you
because
doing.
I have two specific people that do that. Because, and it's funny, you know how, have you ever seen this meme on Instagram? It said, make sure you, something like, make sure you, like, check on the people that did good to you too. Like, you know how people be trying to get at the people who did them bad?
Yup.
It said, make sure you get at the people who did you good too. And them two people been doing that before any of them type of concepts. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, so that's why I like, even like now, I would never connect with people that, you know, that didn't check on me, make sure I was good, or you know, like, I'm very picky. Opportunist. I'm very picky with my energy now. That's another thing that I start getting more into my spirituality, because I notice a lot of that anxiety and stress and depression and shit, that comes from you not knowing your body and you not knowing your spirit, and you not connecting with your spirit. If you're not connected with your spirit, that's what anxiety is. But they tell you that is, oh, diagnosis of anxiety.
Right.
But it's really you not knowing who you are as an individual in the inner you.
Yeah,
you know?
like one part of it is worrying about what people think about
Worrying
you.
about-
But a lot of us do that. So that means millions of us have anxiety. It's just, I guess it's levels. Like,
It's
there's
like
different.
levels.
To
It's
my,
levels.
like my son, he's autistic. There's different levels to that. The parents have to deal with that. The specialists can't really. They
can't
can
do
tell
it.
you whatever they want to tell you.
Exactly.
You're enduring this whole thing.
Exactly.
You dealing with this whole thing. You asking them for help.
Exactly.
But you're the one putting the, how you say, putting the work in.
But this is what they do. They try to medicate you. Oh, here, take this medication. This is going to help. No, I tried medication. That shit don't do nothing for me, but bring me down. You know, it do.
A question that I'm gonna ask every guest that I have, like since the pandemic, excuse me, like people you've seen, like people that you know, like they probably wasn't doing anything, and then you seen all of a sudden investments happening and everything going on with them and everything because they was able. Somebody told me they should give us more grants and everything because then it'll open people's eyes and
More
it'll
doors.
help people that's broke that got these crazy ideas to do something. And that's what I seen. That's why I'm asking you. Have you seen anybody like that in your circle or anybody you know in your neighborhood or whatever that you was like, damn, this motherfucker just did that? Yeah, he just needed the opportunity.
Absolutely.
They
And
gave
a
him
lot
that
of
bread.
time, exactly. A lot of times it's just having the resources to get the things that you need. All of us are talented. Even in our community, we all have these special gifts to kind of like bring new ideas to the table for everywhere in the city, the country, whatever. But it's just that we are unfortunate. We don't have as many opportunities around us. But like you said, like as long as we have the sources around, you'll see more and more doors open. I actually looked at the pandemic as a good thing for
It
us.
was for
Because
me.
a lot of motherfuckers, I'm like, yo, this crazy. But that's what, see, people, they open up business. What I did, I took the pandemic time and I worked on my mental health because I was like, no, I can't go back in that same cycle. What can I do to change so that when I do start moving forward, I don't have to
Come a little
go back.
closer to the camera and say that shit to them again. Right here in this lens. Say that again. Kneel down a little bit.
Which one was that?
Tell them what you did during the
Oh,
pandemic.
so
what you
during the
did, yeah.
pandemic, instead of me trying to, like build, what I did, I built my mind up. I went and took care of my mental health. That was the first thing that I needed to do, because if your mental is, I learned that if my mental is not there and my mental is not right, I'm going to always go in a cycle. I'm going to keep going back and forth with myself. I'm going to not trust myself. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. And then a lot of people, they fail because of that. So if you focus on your mental, that's all you really need, is to have that mindset to do what you need to do and then move forward. A lot of people get in the game and trying to do stuff because they see other people doing it. But it's like, what are you doing for you? How are you taking care of yourself? You gotta have your mental together. They don't want us to be smart. They don't want us to be smart.
Right.
They want us to follow the trends. They want us to be on social media all day because that takes our time away from us creating. But nobody really cares about that all the time. So if they do, they better act like it, shit. Because we living in some crazy times now. Things are changing. We living in this digital world. A lot of things are just going to be completely out of the norm for people that's not elevating with the times, because times is really, really, really changing. And it's just like, what can we do but to create better for ourselves? And again, I can't stress this no more. Like, it all starts with your mentality, your mindset, how you think, what you're doing for yourself, taking care of yourself. I was a person that was selfless. I always took care of everybody else's needs before mine. So I had to make sure I learned, like, no, I have to put me first. I have to learn certain things to kind of keep me afloat, because if I have somebody taking over my mind, I'm just worthless. At least that's how it makes you feel. So you just really gotta, like, put your thoughts together, put your ideas together, brainstorm, write stuff down, but don't. What I always say, I'm not rushing a process that's made for me. If something is meant for me, it's going to happen regardless of how long it takes,
right,
or how long it takes me to put a project together. That's why I said, you know what do Kavana, the person, Kavana, not K-Dub, not KV, not none of that stuff. What does Kavana need to be present and be grounded in this world right now? I needed to take care of this, my mind. Because I had too many things, too many thoughts. People don't know how to separate thoughts from your actual mind and your ideas. I had to get that together. So, I mean, and that's what it is. And then we just moving forward with that. We just gonna keep creating and building and building and building. Like how I just started my clothing brand. Like I said, I'm on this spiritual journey. I'm on a journey that I'm learning who I am. So why wouldn't I name my brand that? This thing is for me. I wasn't okay with being Kavana, because Kavana had so much shit going on. Kavana had da-da-da-da-da. But now I'm becoming this person that's like, wow, like I really am this shit. Wow, I really was doing this. Wow, I really did do this.
That's what I'm
podcast
talking
is
about.
high. I did that back in when I had High Power Radio. Me and the gang, shout out to them. Like, we was doing all of these things, and it's just like, yo, I had the potential then. I'm still gonna have the potential now. But what can I do to make it better than what it was the last time? The last time I was on autopilot. I was just doing shit. This time I'm focused. This time I'm doing what I need to do for me. This time I'm doing what's necessary to be successful. Even in the music, even in the industry, even in life, period. Your mindset, and again, I can't stress this enough. Your mindset and your mentality is everything. If you don't have the right thing here, nothing will work. Nothing will work. And that's what I'm learning.
That is what's up. KV telling y'all what it is,
yeah,
man.
like for real, man.
You getting that work.
Somebody
man.
told me, like, why you name your brand after you? What do you mean? Why did Tommy Hilfiger name his brand after him? The same reason why Donna Karen. I'm following greats. I'm not following the urban stuff and what y'all trying to do. Like, I'm not following nobody's footsteps. I'm following what I'm doing. This is everything that I'm doing is coexisting with each other.
Right.
Even down to when I start, promoting more music. Like I said, like I wanted to always sing, but I never did because I didn't think I could sing. But now I'm singing. I don't even want to rap no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can switch it up whenever because that's what I do.
Right.
I mean, so it's just like a thing of like just learning to trust yourself and being confident in what you're trying to do. And like I said, like with me, my brand is going to stand for me. Like I even have a slogan. I don't have it on right now, but my slogan for my brand is trusting you, because if you don't trust you, how can anybody else trust you?
Exactly.
If you don't believe in you, how can anybody else believe in you?
Right.
So you most definitely want to follow, your own footsteps and just like kind of just be who you are. Like don't care what nobody say, don't care what nobody think, don't care how it make people feel. It just rock out. Like sometimes, again, like I said, like I'll get into my head like, damn, maybe I should change that. Damn, maybe I should. But I'm like, man, fuck that shit.
Right.
Fuck it. If I'm not doing if I'm not doing me, who else gonna do it? It's only one me. I gotta do what I feel is right. Whatever resonates with me, whatever resonates with my spirit. When I start feeling anxious and I feel like, oh no, this ain't for me, I remove myself. A lot of people don't understand. Your body tells you what you need. that's why I say you gotta focus on your mind, start listening to your body, start doing whatever you need to do to keep stable out here. Because like I said, we living in crazy times right now. It's good and it's bad. Like we're elevating, but it's only for the people that's really willing to put the work in to elevate.
Right.
And that doesn't necessarily mean go start a business because everybody's starting a business. That means elevate in a way that you can elevate. Because again, like I said, I'm working on my mental. I can't do nothing without I've already experienced when I was in the industry before. Like I was on autopilot. So if I'm on autopilot all the time, I'm just doing what the fuck. I'm just going with the wind. But if I'm actually grounded and I'm mentally like, yo, nah, my heart and my soul don't resonate with that, or this person is throwing me off, I'm going to listen to that this time. Before, I was just like, oh, it's okay. Then they getting over on me, stealing my songs, taking money from me, stealing my beats. Mind you, all of this stuff. I'm a single parent. I'm a social work. I'm like, well, how can these people treat me so bad and I'm so good to people? I'm always showing love. I'm always doing this. I'm always doing that. But then, that's what it is. You don't want to get me high on here.
Yeah, so you said who inspired you? Like I see Missy on there.
Yeah, like definitely like Missy, Eve, especially Eve coming up, like, you know, because she was like from Philly and shit like that. Like I used to look at like a lot of art. Like I don't really have like, I never had like a favorite artist coming up because like I said, I was always around the music. My sister used to sing and shit like that. So like I just was inspired by like just hearing the beats and the melodies motherfuckers used to do. But definitely
And
like,
that's where you got your style from?
Missy.
And I see that part, and I definitely see Aaliyah.
My favorite artist
I
is
see
Aaliyah.
on a more, I see Aaliyah more on a, you know, like, because she just sing, but you sing and rap, so it's like a more not RoboCop, but just, you know, like, just a more advanced Aaliyah. Like,
so she was like, that was like that. I used to want to be her so bad. I don't know why, but everybody used to tell me I used to have like the long hair going on and shit like that. So like I used to really be like, yo, I fuck with Aaliyah. My favorite song, like this is a timeless song. My favorite song is One in a Million. I don't care what nobody say. That shit is. You see how many times they say it, right?
Let me ask you to jump with Cardi B and the fucking the dark skin chick. Do you like how they did that? Because you know they sampled One in a Million. I love that shit, especially the end.
That was a
the end when it's just the instrumental. I was thinking about doing a dance jump, but
that was definitely a banger. They did it justice, but nobody's ever going to top the original song. I promise you. Like I don't care if I hear that shit in.
No, I'm just saying. Do you like that sample?
Definitely.
I'm just saying. Do you like that sample?
Absolutely.
The Cardi B with the dark skin girl. They sampled One in a Million with the beat. What is it called?
I don't know
I think I did.
1 in a Million. You know Aaliyah, 1 in a Million. I'm ready to pull up on you. I'm ready to do what it do. You know that song?
I know Aaliyah song, but I don't know what they remade.
They remade, not remade it, but they sampled the beat.
Yeah, like
the girl killed it with the choreography. They tried to like mix it with Aaliyah because of the way that she used to dance, and they did it. And they took it. It was nice though. And Cardi B, what she was saying through the whole song, it matched with the whole thing. It was a beautiful remix.
They did, okay.
They did it justice, but the original is still the original. That's a timeless song. I mean, come on, that was like 22 years.
Just recently, man,
she was.
Yo, her style is like Aaliyah and rap and singing. That's why we're talking about that right now.
Yup.
That's what influenced her. So when she's rapping and everything, she has the whole swag, like, you know how she used to wear Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah, you gotta go on YouTube, man.
What's the channel?
On YouTube.
It's still under rapper K Dub, Philly rapper K Dub. So you can see like all my old work. So I'm revamping now, but yeah, you can see like all the old work. Definitely.
I look forward to seeing you.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
there you go. Look, she's promoting all. You know what I mean? That's
Promote the
how
whole
you do
stuff.
it.
You know, like people don't understand. Like with these times now, like any of your old work is new right now.
Right.
Any of your old
Especially
work
if
is new
somebody
right
didn't
now.
hear it before. A 10-year-old song could make a hit in 2027 or something because they might try to do something.
I'm not gonna say no. Like I don't want to put names out, but like I know like how the Philly trend now. They got that boop boop boop, that Baltimore hype music shit going on now.
And the shape. My nephew told me to concentrate on it. I'm like, I can't, man. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Just that whole concept.
But
concentrating on it. I can't.
It's like everything comes back to surface. It's like, all right, yeah, I mean, we'll start this, and then like, and then it'll come up, and then it come up again. It's just like everything you just gotta, for real, whatever you want to do. This is how I always look at stuff. Like even with the music industry, you always gotta do your history. I'm like I said, like I used to be in there and didn't know shit. Like I just jumped in it, like fucking. Like I said, I started as a joke. My brother, he was managing somebody, and I didn't. I'm not gonna say I didn't like it, what I heard, but it was just like, yo, I could probably do better. And
One of them situations.
it was one of those situations, and then once I did it and we started pushing, niggas was fucking with that shit. So I'm like, all right, whatever, let's go. And that's why, like, when I hate when people be like, yo, you're not hungry enough for it. It's like sometimes you walk into a situation that you don't even know that is for you. You know what I'm saying? You walk into a situation.
Let me tell you this. There's a lot of things that's in you, just like me, that we do in our lives. Maybe it's not time to do it. We were just saying this earlier.
Exactly.
You're not going hard enough, but what if I got other things that I'm telling you, that God gave me? Because that's what I be doing. I bounce around, they like, yo, what happened to the clothes? Ain't nothing happened. I just haven't been able to do it consistently, but it's about to happen.
I look at it,
within this show. That's what this whole show is about.
Exactly. What I look at it is planting your seeds, because eventually the seeds will grow. You got to plant everything what you're trying to do, all your ideas, and put them together. Not necessarily saying keep bouncing around, but as long as everything coexists, everything can formulate for you to work out. Like I said, like I can promote my clothes, I can get back into the music. I would like to start tapping into, because I'm gay and stuff, like the LGBT community, which I never done before, and it's just like no brainer, you know. So it's just like you just gotta always like keep your mind straight. If you want to do 20 things, do the 20 things and just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because like everybody's not meant to.
And don't give a fuck when a motherfucker tell you, oh, why you doing this now? Or or not saying it to you, but be on the ground like, damn, why
she doing this? Why she doing
this? This is the talents that God gave me. I'm not gonna hold them back for you.
Exactly.
Don't be mad because I got 7 different things I can do.
Exactly. It's like everybody's not meant to do a million things. Maybe there's some people out here that's just literally meant to work a 9 to 5 and work. You got work.
Which I can't do anymore, but I do it on an emergency tip, but I'm an independent contractor.
You know what I'm saying? But no, and then you got people that just, you have people that's out here that's like, they're free spirited, or they need to do more than one thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. We have all different types of people out here, and a lot of people don't understand. Like everybody's different, everybody moves differently. Everybody's not going to be the same. Everybody, like me, I always make strategic moves. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do shit unless I can do the best. I don't make like I have songs in the tub.
No touches.
Yeah, I got music in the tub that I'm not touching, because I want to make sure that when I put my music out, I have a visual for it, because we live in a visualized something.
I was waiting for you to bring that up about music. So remember about Jay King, you and Jay King, I wanted y'all to I wanted to produce a track for y'all as I would say a remix to the Brats and Give It To You. Yeah, would you be willing to still do
Absolutely.
that? You on camera
you my
now,
guy
like,
now. You my hey, look, you got the proof right here. Absolutely, like you my guy now. Like I said,
we
like
gotta make this shit happen.
We definitely.
I just hear both of y'all on that, John. And then it's crazy because you told me years ago, like you doing from school.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that, so this is really good because I didn't know that. So I'm just somebody coming in the middle of somebody already doing something. That's a triangle effect.
Yup. You got, like I said, I'm an energy person. So as long as your energy good, as long as that energy is good, like we good, you know. So I wouldn't even did this interview if I thought like, oh nah, I'm not.
You felt
Trust
it.
me, I felt your energy.
A couple people said that already, man.
Like,
I'm like, why I've been holding this shit back all this time? I've been home 10 years.
Okay.
I did a bid and shit for 5 years, but I've been home 10 years and the ideas came in. And I ain't gonna lie, marijuana, like this tree right here, this shit scrambles your brain so it brings my ideas out. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
No,
a lot of people know that it does.
It does. That's why I said I can't be smooth.
Rappers, so that shit bring their whole shit out.
Yeah, got the bikes out
here. Bikes out this summer.
I gotta get me a bike. I know I'm scared to ride. I be fucking out here in this pine somewhere, fucking around with a bike.